All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at our next example. We're taking a look at example 6 in our book. Um, like I talked about in the last video, what we're trying to do now is we're trying to make a function, write it in standard form, and make sure that it satisfied the given conditions. Right now, we are given vertex. Okay, now which of our three forms, just kind of starting to think about it, we've got standard form, we've got vertex form, and we have intercept form. Okay, so let's just start thinking, which of the three forms do you think would probably make the most sense? I mean, we're given the vertex, so hopefully that's a really, really big clue. Vertex form is probably going to be our go-to. Okay, so now remember, vertex form is going to be in the form of a x minus h squared plus k. I really like this example. I think it's an awesome example because it helps us figure out how we can get from this form and get it into standard form, which really is fairly simple, but it's just not something we've talked about yet. All right, first off, remember our vertex is in the form of hk, so we're going to start by just taking the -3 and the 4 and plugging them in. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to take a, then that's going to be +3, because remember it's opposite of what we think. And then we're going to do +4. We take that k as literal. And then you guys, the other thing that we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and we're going to plug 1 in for a, just to begin with, because we aren't really given whether this thing shrinks or stretches. So we just have to assume that it's not shrinking or stretching at all, that it's just moving to the left and moving up. So from here, we're going to substitute 1 in for a. So that'd be x plus 3 squared plus 4. And then what we're going to do from here is just take this x plus 3, write it as two separate factors. We're just going to take and we're going to multiply these two binomials together. Okay, so that will turn into x squared plus 6x plus 9 plus 4. And then in basic standard form, our new function will be x squared plus 6x plus 13. So there is our new function. Okay, next up, right here, we're looking at part B. Okay, so again, you guys, we're given 3 points, one of which is not on our x-axis, 2 of which are. So if we just kind of think about this, we're at -9, 0, so maybe like approximately there. And then we're at -2, 0. And then we've got another one that's at -4, 20, so up here. So that kind of gives us a basic outline of, okay, we know that this graph is going to open down. We know that it's going to go up really high. It's going to go up 20 units. And then it's going to cross our x-axis at -9 and -2. In this particular example, I really think the best form for us to use is our intercept form, because we're given 2 x-intercepts. Okay, so let's just get this started. Let's start writing out. We've got f of x. We're going to do a times x minus p, and then we've got x minus q. So now let's just start by doing some substituting. Let's put -9 in for p. Let's put -2 in for q. And again, looking at the basic formula, it's x minus p and x minus q, and these are opposites. Okay, so we're going to take -9, and that's going to turn into +9, like I just said, and then +2. We also have to take into account this last point right here. Because right now we can't really take this any further. We don't know what A is. So we're going to take a look at this negative 4, 20. Negative 4 is our x coordinate, 20 is our y coordinate. So we're just going to take and we're going to plug those 2 points in wherever we can. So we're going to take negative 4, plug it in for x, each of the x's. We're going to take 20, we're going to plug that in for f of x, because remember, f of x and y are the exact same thing. And we're just going to quickly go ahead and solve for a. So that's negative 4 plus 9, negative 4 plus 2. Let's quickly figure out what a is. Let's see, so that's 5. That's negative 2. So I've got negative 10, a equals 20. Let's get a all by itself. So a is going to be negative 2. All right, so now let's kind of go back to this original form here where we've got f of x. Now we've got our a, which is negative 2. We've got x plus 9. We've got x plus 2. Now it's just a matter of taking all of this stuff and multiplying it all together. Because remember, we want it to be in standard form. We want it to be in that ax squared plus bx plus c. So maybe we start by just multiplying these back to binomials together. So that'll be, we've got x squared. That should be 11x and 18. And then I just have to distribute this negative 2 through to all of these pieces. So that's negative 2x squared minus 22x minus 36. And there is our new function. Okay, lastly, I want to do number 9 with you guys because this one's a little bit different. 10 and 11 are exactly like the examples that we just got done doing. So those you'll be asked to do on your own. But with number 9, we're given x-intercepts. So again, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use that vertex form. This one should go rather quick though. So we're going to do x plus 1 and then x minus 1. Okay, so then we're gonna do, again, we're gonna go ahead, we're just gonna substitute 1 in for a, and then we're gonna do x plus 1, x minus 1. I'm gonna FOIL all this stuff together. So x squared minus 1, that's gonna be our new function. Okay, so rather quick and easy. I want you guys to go ahead, I want you to do 10 and 11 on your own. Just so that these videos don't get super long, I'm gonna go ahead and make each of them separate. So again, quick short video, but now you're expected to go ahead and do 10 and 11. Again, use your resources. What is this telling you? It's telling you that it's giving you a vertex. Which of your 3 forms makes the most sense to use? Right now, you're given a whole bunch of points. You're given x-intercepts. Okay, so which of your 3 forms does it make the most sense to use? Make sure that you transform them so that they're in standard form. I know it doesn't specifically tell you to put them in standard form, but you should be able to take them from the form that they're in and change them into standard form fairly easy and quickly. All right, I'm gonna stop this video. Go ahead, get 10 and 11 done, and then you can move on to the next video.